Howdy gang, it's Wednesday the 27th. Good morning. For those of you showing up for the first time, I am the Articulate Grunt. Welcome to my channel. We're going to go ahead and jump across the Atlantic over to Europe for this episode, and then bring it on home at the end. So let's get started. A German court in Cologne, having reviewed a case in which a 4-year-old boy was circumcised and began bleeding 2 days later, requiring him to be taken to the hospital, has ruled that it is illegal for parents to have their sons circumcised on religious grounds. This has, of course, stirred up a large amount of emotion and protest among the German Jewish and Muslim communities. But, just a little suggestion from yours truly: do it when they're babies, they're newborns, they won't ask questions, and they won't mess with the stitches causing themselves to bleed. Of course, this is going to be opposed and try to get the ruling overturned, but as of this moment in Germany, having your son circumcised due to religious beliefs no longer legal. Moving over to Northern Ireland, Queen Elizabeth met with Martin McGuinness, who was a leading commander in the Irish Republican Army, and actually shook hands this morning in mutual meeting and celebration of the continuing peace efforts between Britain and the Irish Republican Army, which has actually been ongoing for 14 years now. That's right, it's been 14 years since the IRA stopped their violent movement to remove the British and British loyalists from Northern Ireland. Many people are heralding this as a great moment in history, two opposing leaders coming together. Others are decrying it, and even Mr. Martin is apparently taking some backlash from his fellow IRA and Irish Republican political body fellow members. Some are saying this could even endanger his political career. We'll see. Bringing on home to America, though, Mr. John Gross was in Florida visiting family when one of his uncles gave him a portion of his grandfather's remains to take home with him. Yes, they had the grandfather cremated. Well, once again, we have a TSA incident. While going through, the inspection and going through security checks, a TSA agent pulled the jar out, removed the lid, and started inspecting his grandfather's remains manually with her finger. She then accidentally spilled about 1/3 of the remains on the floor. I say accidentally because while Mr. Gross was on his hands and knees picking up bone fragments and trying to gather his grandfather's ashes, she was laughing at him. Yeah. Mr. Gross wants an apology from the TSA. However, it turns out that the transporting of cremated remains requires only that the remains go through the X-ray machine. And it is actually in violation of TSA policy to open the container. So personally, considering she violated policies and manhandled and then spilled the remains on the floor and then laughed at Mr. Gross instead of helping him, personally, I'd like to see the lady fired. With the behavior, the misconduct we've seen over the years, especially recently, some stiffer examples need to be made, and this kind of blatant disrespect for the people you're inspecting and violation of their own regulations, she needs to go. Well, I'm going to wrap up today's episode with that. Leave me your comments down below. Hit the like or the dislike. Subscribe up top if you want to. But definitely let me know what you think. Take care of yourselves. Keep your heads down. Be well. I am the Articulate Grunt.